President Trump is finally confronting evil in our time head-on with moral clarity in the fight to defeat radical Islamic terrorism. American leadership is now needed more than ever, and that is tonight's very important opening monologue. So what we saw take place last night in Manchester, England, is the definition of pure evil in our time. ISIS is now claiming responsibility after a suicide bomber targeted an Ariana Grande concert full of children and teenagers. An 8-year-old girl is among the victims lost in this evil, barbaric terrorist attack. And witnesses are saying that the explosion sprayed bolts and other metal pieces, likely intended to cause the maximum amount of destruction and death. Now, tonight, America and the world, you face a choice. We can either roll over, appease, capitulate to this radical and evil ideology that even targets innocent people, including women and young children, like we saw in Manchester, or we can draw a line in the sand and fight back against this evil in our time and defeat this cancer, radical Islamic terrorism, once and for all. Now, President Trump, he's made his choice. He is no longer willing to stand by in face of terror. Instead, he is calling on the world of good people to come together and fight back. And earlier today, the president addressed this act of terrorism from Manchester. Watch this.
So many young, beautiful, innocent people living and enjoying their lives murdered by evil losers in life. I won't call them monsters because they would like that term. They would think that's a great name. I will call them from now on losers because that's what they are. They're losers. And we'll have more of them. But they're losers. Just remember that.
And over the weekend in Saudi Arabia, President Trump gave a historic speech. No apologies, no political correctness, none of the weakness displayed by President Obama over the past 8 years. President Trump leading from the front, identifying what is really at stake, that this is a battle between good and evil. Watch these powerful words.
It's a choice between two futures, and it is a choice America cannot make for you. A better future is only possible if your nations drive out the terrorists and drive out the extremists. Drive them out. Drive them out of your places of worship. Drive them out of your communities. Drive them out of your holy land. And drive them out of this earth.
Muslim nations must be willing to take on the burden if we are going to defeat terrorism and send its wicked ideology into oblivion. The first task in this joint effort is for your nations to deny all territory to the foot soldiers of evil. Every country in the region has an absolute duty to ensure that terrorists find no sanctuary on their soil.
Remember, President Trump said that in Saudi Arabia before what happened in Manchester. The president is now using principled realism, rooted in partnership, not perfection, as he said. The president wasn't lecturing, wasn't talking down to these nations. By the way, they're not easily going to change the way they do things. Instead, in front of 50 Arab leaders, 50 countries, he's calling on them to eradicate the foot soldiers of evil. And he's asking the Arab world to now step up and to do its part and to come together and unite around a common goal, to defeat ISIS and radical Islamic terrorism, evil in our time. That is now needed, now more than ever.